So please welcome to the stage, Moziah Bridges.
Hello, everyone. My name is Moziah Bridges. I am 15 years old, and guess what? I am the CEO of Mo's Bows Handmade Bow Ties. And today I'm here to share with you how I started my international company, I would say about 6 years ago. But first, I would like to share with you a little story about a little boy at the age of 4 who loved to dress nice. This little cute boy, he would wear a shirt and tie just to ride his bike. Can you believe that? Just to ride his bike. He would even wear a suit and tie just to go to the playground. And when he was 4 years old, he had become a trendsetter by choosing to wear neckties and bow ties with his school uniform. So then, when he turned 9 years old, he had become fed up with the tie options in the store and decided to ask his lovely grandmother, who's been sewing for over 50 years, to make him custom bow ties. There's my granny, she's 50 years old. Okay, so after he asked his grandmother, that's when he decided to create a company called Mo's Bows. It's true, ladies and gentlemen. This was me at 9 years old. I asked my lovely granny, who's been sewing for over 50 years, to teach me how to sew. To make me custom bow ties. But I have to admit, when I first started creating the bow ties and my grandmother was creating the bow ties for me, I was like, Granny, you're getting a little old and I'm getting older, so maybe you should just teach me how to sew bow ties. And so it took her about a couple of months to teach me, and in those couple of months, there were bow ties all over the place. There were big bow ties, there were small bow ties, and let me tell you, there were bow ties that didn't even look like bow ties. But my hard work and dedication and love and support of my grandmother led me to create what we all know now as Mo's Bows. Thank you. And so the first thing that I did when I started my company, there he is, I used to tell myself that now I've got more bows than I know what to do with. And so one of the first things that I did when I started my company was I created a social media platform where lots of people were able to see my ties. And then the next thing that I did was I created an Etsy page. And if some of you don't know, Etsy is an online shop where you get to sell your product to other people all around the world. And the last thing that I did was I sold at other local markets in my city. There I am, little bald head. And then that's when I got my first publication, and that publication was in the local newspaper. And after I did those three things, like I said, I first created a social media, then I created an online store, and then I sold in local markets. And then I began appearing on shows like the Black Forbes and Glamour and GQ and Vogue. And I began appearing on shows like the Steve Harvey Morning Show, where I would go on and say, bow ties make you look good and they make you feel good. But I did that, and I was in the Oprah Winfrey magazine and on Disney Channel. And most people have seen me on the hit ABC TV show Shark Tank, where I went on asking for $50,000. But let me tell you, I didn't leave with a deal. I left with something even more valuable, which was a partnership with, no, not partnership, mentorship with Damon John, the owner, founder, and creator of FUBU. Damon helps me, he guides me, and one of the most important things that he's always taught me was to take care of my lovely mother sitting right there. But he always, okay, Mom, okay. She calls me her little monster, but I don't think I'm a monster. Do you guys think I'm a monster? Okay, girl. I think I was when I was a little kid, but we'll keep that secret. But he always tells me to take care of my mother, but also he tells me to always stay true to my company. And I think that's something that I've taken, and I think that's why I'm here today to tell you to stay true to yourself and to your company that you may create later on. And so I've done lots of things as a businessman. I've been a fashion correspondent for the 2015 NBA draft, where I got to meet lots of tall players, but also I got the honor of seeing one of my ties walk across the stage, worn by none other than Willie Cauley-Stein. And it was a pretty funny story how this happened because I was there and I met all of these tall players and I was interviewing them and I gave them a bow tie, each player that I interviewed. And so I gave him the bow tie and he was just like, I'm gonna push this. And so the next day he wore it and I was just shocked. And also I met Jamie Foxx, if some of you guys know him. But one of my all-time favorite moments was meeting the President of the United States. Well, my President of the United States now. But I think this is the same suit, Mom. I think I've grown into it more, but this is the same suit, and I wore this suit for a reason because I met the president in it, and it was let me tell you, it was a funny story how I met him. So I was at the White House, and I was there. I was like, man, and keep in mind that day was his birthday. So I was like, man, I'm not gonna meet the president. I was just sitting there lonely, and so my mom was next to me. And so 5 minutes later, while everybody was singing "Happy Birthday, Mr. President," the president's assistant tapped my mom on the shoulder and was like, "The president wants to meet Mo." And so I ran to where the president was. I kind of thought he was like a hologram because he was on stage and then he came back. I was like, is there a secret door in the White House or something? And so I met him and he told me how proud he was of me and to never give up. And those words have stuck with me today, and I'm just so honored to get to meet him. And he was really tall. And I also gifted him the Obama blue bow tie, and that was just a really special moment for me and my family. So there I am. And so today, as a businessman, I have made lots of accomplishments. I've done lots of things. But today I'm here to give you some advice, and that advice comes from my bows of business. Be being to believe in yourself. You believe in yourself by investing in yourself, and for me, education is key. So I plan to be a fashion designer when I grow up, but I think I'm on the right path. I don't know. But I plan to be a fashion designer when I grow up, and I plan to go to Parsons School of Design in New York City. But also, believing and investing in yourself means to study your research and study your passion and learn as you grow. And some of the things that we've been talking about over the past few days was just being young and being the youth and having the elderly or older people tell us that we need to learn and we need to slow down, but being open to learn is one of my big things. And the next point is O for opportunity. And I say the difference between me and other kids my age were the opportunities that were given to me. Because when I was younger, I would always see kids. As I was on my way to camp in the summertime, I would see kids all the time getting in trouble, throwing rocks into windows. And so I was like, man, I want to help them one day. And so I decided to have my own bow tie called the Go Mo Summer Camp Bow, and 100% of the proceeds help kids go to summer camp in Memphis, Tennessee. And so that was one of the big things that my mom has always taught me, to give back. And no matter how far you go, no matter if you go to the White House, if you're in Spain and Madrid, you always have to give back to your community. And also, something that we do know is that we love to go swimming, right? We love to get in the water, dip and dive, right? Right? And so something that we don't know is that childhood hunger is at its highest in the summertime. So I figured that if I give kids the way to go to summer camp, and if they can get that steady meal and they can do all of these good things, then maybe they will turn out better. Like we said, the GOMO Summer Camp Fund. And so far, I've sent over 50 kids to camp, which I'm super excited about. And yeah, giving back is one of my key things to do. Also, W for work. my mom always tells me that it's important, and every time you learn, every time you do all these things, you have to take it in and you have to learn from it. But I like to say that if you work in your craft and you work in your passion, good things will come to you. And she says, oh, good things will come to those who wait. But I say, no, Mom, good things come to those who work. And I say this because I've gotten awards from the NRF, the National Retail Federation, where I actually met the Dean of Parsons, and I met different people like the CEO of Neiman Marcus. And so I've done all of that with work, but also I couldn't have done it alone. And so I would like to take the time to thank my mom for always being there for me, pushing me, motivating me, and also feeding me good food. And that brings me to my next point, which is support. I say you need support to have people behind you to push you to do better and greater things in life. And support, I would say, it's someone that you trust, and you need encouragement and you need motivation. You can also tell your goals and dreams to that person that is supporting you. You can tell them what you want to be or what you aspire to be in life. And that's something that my mom has always done. She's put people around me that will help me in my future. Like, I can't hang out with some of my friends or some of my, I would say, friends because sometimes they'll get in trouble or they'll do this. But I can't do that because, we were having this discussion last night because I don't think that I'm normal. But we're working on that just because I am 15 going to be 16. And so we're working on me just getting into the normal teenager life. And so one of the big things, I met the president, and me meeting the president, it really comes down to now. So I've done all of these big things, but my main key point is just to dream big, believe in yourself. So my bows of business are to believe in yourself, O for opportunity, W for work, and S is for support. And so I want to tell you guys to dream big now. You don't have to listen to those who say, oh, it's not possible, like we were talking about. It's not possible to do this. It's not possible to do that. You just have to listen to that voice inside of your head telling you to go. So I'm telling you guys to go because the light is green right now. And I'm willing to teach any of you guys how to tie bow ties. I would say that, I used to say that, real men wear bow ties, and I was only 9 years old. So I would encourage you, of course, to get a Mo's bow, but it's important to just know how to learn, just know how to tie a bow tie. I heard that it was important because if you wear long neckties and you're a doctor, you get bacteria on it. So I think that's a good way to get people to wear bow ties also. But learning how to tie a bow tie is very important, of course, to me. Like I said earlier today, I learned how to tie a bow tie on YouTube. Not my dad, not my mom, on YouTube. So I think that's very important, and that's why we should still keep the internet around. And thank you guys for supporting me. And I am very excited to see what's next. And so, okay. Oh, yes. Was there any day in the last 6 years that you didn't wear a bow tie? Don't tell anyone, but I don't think I wore a bow tie on the way to Madrid, but I did wear my Mo's Bows hat. You are so great, Moziah. So, how does a Goyo, what's that? Goyo boy, what? G-Yoy? Oh, 9, that's a 9. Oh, I'm still 15, sorry. A 9-year-old, how does a 9-year-old boy overcome all of those doubts and challenges to know how to start a company? I think that's one of the biggest things that people always told me, oh, you're not a real businessman, oh, your mom does all your work for you. I did still have to have support and all those things, but I was still the main creative director, I would say, in my company. And the other question, have you managed to keep a balance between your personal and professional life? I have managed to keep a balance in my personal and professional life. No, don't ask. I don't have a girlfriend right now. One time, I think it was Damon, I'm not sure, but he was just telling me, oh, don't get a girl, they're out for your money. I was like, Damon, no, stop. My mom is right there, but yeah. Is there another question? Okay, is there anything greater than being able to meet Obama? I'm saying, and him saying, I'm proud of you. I think that was like one of the biggest things that I could have ever done. And I think that was like one of the biggest presidents just because he was a president of my skin color, and it was really big in America to have someone like that. And I looked up to him, and it was just heartwarming to be able to finally meet him. So thank you guys for listening to me, and I am very excited. And I want to thank you guys for all of the love and support that Madrid has given me. So thank you guys, and see you guys later.